Hey everybody, how's it going today? Just wanted to jump on here real quick and say, let's paint a cloudscape and just kind of work on some clouds. I'll show you some different ways to do that. So what I'm going to do, and I've got a 16 by 20 canvas here because that's a really great size for prints. And what I'm going to do is come down to the fill bucket and go over to gradient. This is one that I did on my previous one if you saw it. So I'm going to use it again. I'm going to come a little higher up and drag it and shift and let go. And then remember that I have this set the opposite direction. So, anyway, let me just drag it back down this way. So, yeah, something like that. I like that better. Alright, so now we don't need this anymore. I'm going to grab the airbrush, and I want to grab that color. Okay. Across and holding Control and Shift. And Control and Shift. And Shift. I'm just trying to lay in some extra color here. I want just a little bit more of a white band across there. Repeat this a couple times. Like so. Like that. I'm going to do this and come across. Lighter, it's not quite showing up. There we go. So I'm just playing around with the gradation, and I could do it more with the gradation tool, but I want a little bit of the striation that's in here. Okay, so now let's go down to this side, and we're going to do similar, going this way. Let's go towards yellow a little more. Like so. Okay, Control B for blur. And so it's just a soft, subtle blur. Alright, actually, I'll tell you what, let's go a little bit more on that. Let's go. So I've still got some of that striation there, but it's kind of smoothed it out a little bit more. That's what I want. So, new layer. And let's go to the custom brush. And I'm just going to go with this impasto brush. It's becoming one of my new favorites, if you don't know that by now. And I'm going to select this color right here. Let's see how that looks. Yep. I think what I'm going to do here is just kind of lay in some clouds like so. And I'm going to go a little bit darker. I'm going to go towards this purple side. Or maybe a little back towards blue. Smear these for a second. I'm going to Alt. That's what I want. So you can see how this changes as far as the way it looks dark, depending on where it's at. I'm going to bring these out. Just go a little bit darker as I get towards the top. And because I've got these kind of swooping down, that's going to give the impression of clouds coming towards you, so you really see more of the bottoms and such. I'm going to throw a little bit of this dark in here and there, and a little bit of this other here and there as well. Peachy side. Kind of drag this here and there. But see how that really changes? I mean, down here it doesn't look like that, but then up here you get this really nice peach kind of look to it. Okay, be a little lighter. Like so. Okay, so now, I mean, even just with this, you're getting a real good feel, at least to me, I'm seeing a real good feel of what's going to be clouds. So I'm going to select and just kind of keep smearing in some colors. Here and there, making some stuff a little more solid. Some a little less. A little bit more of a pink. So, a bit more out here. Okay, now let's go to our palette knife and heavy blurred frosting, and I'll kind of soften some of this. All I'm doing is going in a circle. And some of it I'll go straight back and forth. I don't want to over soften because I want to keep some of the edges and stuff, but I want to get some of it softened. And it's just kind of a blend of what you like and how much you want to soften it out, but I think having some of that here and there of the texture from the brush kind of helps. Like so. Like I said, leaving just a little bits and pieces here of that texture kind of helps with it. Helps sell the look. Okay. So now what I want to do is that I've got some up there. I'm going to go back to the custom brush. Select some of this dark. I want to put a little bit more there. And I'll brush that little bit of softer kind of look. Some of it. Let me tap some of it in here and there. Under this one, new layer. Some of this yellowish orangish color. A little bit lighter. And kind of some wisps of cloud. It appears that these are maybe up higher. Catching a little bit of that light, so. Switch to the palette knife, kind of soften some of it as well, like so. Now I'm going to go to this peachier color, and I'm going to go with pencil, and just in there I'm going to silver line of these clouds just on some different spots, like so. By doing this behind, it really helps that feeling that the light is hitting it. Different spots. The key here is just kind of circle up and down, you know, so I'm doing things like this, okay, is what I'm doing, so that I've got a little bit of that feel. So, and then some of this I will soften back. Fade into stuff, okay. So that's given us just, you know, a quick cloud kind of feel and look to it. Just add a few more here and there. And this is, again, this is one of those things you can spend as much time on it as you want. I just want this to be a quick lesson for us. All right. So I'm going to come and add another one here. I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to go to blend mode. I'm going to go to over, come to the airbrush. Go more of a yellow, and going to just kind of add a little bit of a glow. Down. Let's go to settings. Let's go to opacity, bring that up. Another layer, so that'll give us the nice round. Grab the instant blur, just kind of soften that to get that feel of it. Now I'm going to come up here, and I'm also going to set this blend mode to overlay. To my airbrush, and here and there, trying to think about splotch of line. But notice how I'm not making this just like completely solid. It's capturing clouds that you just don't really see that much, but it's all radiating out. We can do a few that are just the quick. Let's go to pinkish. Give it a little bit different value and hue here. And this will give some glow to these clouds. So, see how I'm just kind of hitting it here and there. Okay, so it's just a kind of a nice subtle buildup of look, and it kind of gives you that feeling of like, you know, when water in the cloud is being hit, and so it's giving you that rainbow kind of feel. Okay. So that will give you a little bit of the feel. I'm just kind of increasing this starburst effect, really, like radiating out from the white, like so. I'm just going to go over to the stencils. And grab one real quick. Birds that we have. Throw some of these in here. So, new layer with the roller, because I really like how it does it, how it looks. Bring that down. I'm going to go with purplish kind of effect. And just kind of scrub some of those in. Like so. Maybe even we'll put a few darker ones up here towards the top. And then let's grab lighter. And then go with the harsh chaos. It's a little too much. Let's soften that back. And the roller, a little bit darker. Push that in a little more. Go with the airbrush just for a second. Layer under here. Not too much. Back down. Just want to kind of hit this here and there to kind of change the feel of it. And now we can move the stencil. Like this forest grove. Bring it down. Come way down here. This darker color, and we're going to go with the roller, so R for roller, and just kind of scrub that in a little bit. Control to bring the size down. You can overlap them. So I like to kind of overlap them here and there just to change it up, make it a little bit denser. And then, again, remember with stencils, you know, it's just a matter of changing their sizes and then using them as the base. Now this is because of the way those clouds are structured, it's kind of going to need to bring this to the front. Like so. And I could even go and get my Go Trees brush, which always works really great. Bring the size up. And just kind of lay it in here and scrub in. And that's going to give the feeling of a lot more dense woods, but also some of the other stuff being off in the distance because of the way it lays stuff in there. Okay. So by doing that, you've got this coming down, that's going to give the feeling that it's receding. This coming out, it's going to give the feeling it's receding, you know, so it gives you all this perspective. Anyway, just wanted to show you this. It's a really quick lesson on how to do clouds, how to do a sky, and how to make it a little bit easier to do. So that way, again, you know, maybe you want to take this further, refine it more, and have more of a finished painting. Point of this lesson isn't necessarily give you a finished painting, but to say, hey, here's some ways that you can quickly lay out what you want to do and then go back in and refine it more. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense and you got something out of this. So leave me any comments or questions below and I'll be happy to explain. If you want more things like this, feel free to jump over to Patreon. It is only $3 a month and you get hours and hours of lessons, and I have all of my YouTube stuff over there without any ads or anything else as well, so that way you can just watch straight through them. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know any comments or questions that you have, and I appreciate you being a subscriber and watching my videos, and make sure to, you know, like and subscribe and share it so you can help me help more people. Thanks so much.